Hello, my friends. This is another market update that I make on a weekly basis. And on today's video, I will show you the most popular ticker symbols, and I will show you SPY, QQQ, SOXL, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, Netflix, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, and Bitcoin. And before we dive deep into all of these guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think these videos are valuable for you. So let's begin today's video with SPY index, and since I made my previous video, let's zoom out a little bit. This asset is trying to break its previous, and it is pretty much broke its previous swing highs that it established back in mid of May. And with this movement, and guys, I'm sorry for this additional tools because I make a lot of due diligence for my Patreon members where I explain a lot of different tickers pretty much on a daily basis. And this asset is trying to break and almost break these previous swing highs, and it is approaching to its all-time high level. That was established on February 19th of this year. Guys, what should we expect next? I have to admit that SPY index needs to have a cool down, and I am anticipating this cool down for the entire market, and depending on the structure of this cool down, we might have even a major trend reversal for the next several months. But for now, definitely it is too early to make this type of assumptions. For now, I have to admit that if this asset goes higher, and if it tries to break its previous swing high, I don't expect that the movement to the upside will be substantial. As you can see, we are not far from its all-time high. It is about less than 2% to this point, as you can see. And that is why, guys, well, it is a very strong structural resistance that needs to be retested at some point in time. But the retracement might happen basically in the upcoming days, and the confirmation of this retracement will be breakout below these previous swing lows. The more levels this asset breaks, the more confirmation we will have that the major retracement has started, but the less potential profit we might have if we decide to enter our short position. So let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ is pretty much at the same boat, and as you can see, I made a very thorough breakdown of its price action. And according to Elliott wave theory, let me explain you in details. We are in the ABC correction from this bottom, and A wave should have 3 waves, B wave should have 3 waves. In our case, A wave has 3 waves because it might have 5 waves as well. B wave should have strictly 3 waves, and C wave should have strictly 5 waves in it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th wave. And 5th wave is in a diagonal shape again, and we have an ABC in this wave. And C wave again should have 5 waves on a smaller scale. And this is the breakdown of these waves. Potentially, guys, we might have another leg to the upside that will break this top, but well, everything will depend on the upcoming first couple of days. And if it doesn't happen, in this case, the top of the 3rd wave should be right here, and the top of the 5th wave might be at this point. In this case, guys, potentially, if this level holds, if it doesn't break its previous swing high, potentially it might be a first movement to the downside that will be a confirmation of its major retracement. So let's take a look at SOXL. And again, it is quite interesting development, because when I made my previous video about a week ago, this asset was at quite low levels. And I was expecting its movement to the downside, to be honest, but instead of this, it broke its previous swing highs. It broke it with the flying colors, and for now, it is hovering pretty much at the very top. Guys, I have to say that this asset is quite risky because it is a leveraged ETF on semiconductor industry, and this structure and this retracement, well, I have to admit that potentially, let's delete these tools, I don't need them anymore. Potentially, we might have this is our breakdown. So first wave, second, third, fourth and fifth wave. And guys, again, fifth wave is in shape of diagonal, and all of these waves have three waves inside it. We have 1, 2, 3 into our first wave, 1, 2, 3 into our second, 1, 2, 3 in our third wave, 1, 2, 3 into our fourth, 1, 2, 3 into our fifth wave. And technically speaking, we have all the conditions are met to see the trend reversal. That is why you have to be cautious with this ticker symbol as well. So let's continue with Magnificent 7 stores. And again, we have to start with Amazon. We are witnessing that it is retesting its previous swing high. And again, the structure of this movement is quite similar to previous ticker symbol. Let me show you like this. We have 5 waves in the shape of diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to be honest, for Amazon, it is very difficult to count 5 waves in our, let me show you, in our C wave, because it is A, B, and C wave. We have to count 5 waves in our C wave, and in this case the breakout might happen, but potentially it might be just a bull trap. Be very cautious with this position, but Amazon, to be honest, is relatively bullish. So let's take a look at Google, and let me zoom out to a daily time frame. Let me show you that this line, this range of support / resistance works perfectly well. And I drew this line back in the days when it formed these 3 bottoms, and I drew it when it was about at the very beginning of this year. This line was the range of support previously, and it worked as the range of support right here. Then it started to be a resistance for at least 3 times. And for now, guys, let's zoom in a little bit to 3 hours time frame. This range was broken by the price back in May, end of May, and it was retested from the top, and it has a bounce to the upside. Guys, don't be confused. These levels of support and resistances is not a strict lines. We might have these breakouts above or below the level because it is a range of support and resistances. And for now, it works quite well. And with this bounce to the upside that broke its previous swing high right after the breakout, technically speaking, we have to retest these 2 swing highs as well. And potentially, Google might retest even its all-time high. So time will tell. But for now, as long as this line holds, so we have a decent chance to see a movement to the upside within the next couple of weeks, I would say, to gain about 20% to its value. And the downside is about 4%. This means 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio is quite lucrative. And guys, by the way, my technical analysis is quite accurate, and you can see it on, for example, Tesla's price action. And I predicted, by the way, let's continue with Tesla price action. And I predicted this retracement to the tick, and I caught not only this major retracement, but also I caught for my patterns a tiny, let's switch to, let's say, 3 minutes time frame. I caught the movement, this scalping movement to the downside that happened on May the 30th, right here. Let me show you it in my Discord group. And here it is, short-term high-risk setup short in Tesla. Entry point is the current price, and the price at that moment was at $361.57. I identified basically a stop loss and take profit orders, take profit levels, and the risk-to-reward ratio was at 1-to-1, but I missed the entry point because the real entry point should be right here. And in this case, risk-to-reward ratio was about 4-to-1. But with the breakout of the 0.5 level with the flying colors, this asset was extremely bearish, and it was the beginning of its 3rd wave. Let me show you right here on hourly time frame. It was the beginning of its 3rd wave because we had 1, 2, and this is the 3rd wave that is still developing. That is why, guys, you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. And if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. and join my Patreon account. And for now, guys, I have 3 tiers. It is Discord access tier, Safe Haven, and Gold tier. And if you want to just be in line with all the latest news and with the most recent actions and potential upcoming actions of the US stock market, it is more than enough to join just Discord access. If you want me to cover your personal position and if you want me to create a plan for you to invest in stock market, Safe Haven is for you. The only difference in between these 2 tiers is that on Safe Haven tier you will have a monthly 30-minute Zoom call session with me. And the Gold tier is for people who want to take the most from my experience and from my knowledge. And in this tier you will have a 30 minutes weekly Zoom call with me where I will teach you how to beat the market. On top of that, guys, for the members of this tier I will give my personal signals where to enter and where to leave the position. I will do it when market conditions are more predictable for swing positions. So, and let me give you a sneak peek on the Discord group. You can see that I publish a lot of updates on the market, and as you can see, I even make predictions of its upcoming movements. And if you follow my channel for quite some time, you know that I have a very high level of experience in this type of trades. And guys, in this Discord group, I explain a lot to my patrons, and I do a lot of technical analysis on demand on different assets. Here is the general sentiment of the market on April the 10th. Here is INTC, ISRG. Here is JDR, KLB, MSTR, and other ticker symbols. You can see that I do it pretty much 2 or 3 times a week. And all of my community members know how to benefit out of these market conditions. So guys, and what to expect next? I have to admit that I have a couple of counts of this movement to the downside. But in general, when I see this type of substantial movements with a high, extreme high volume, most likely we have to see at least one more leg to the downside, and this leg we have basically a couple of options. First of all, we might have a double bottom pattern, because in general, guys, if I pull the Fib retracement tool from the bottom of the wave to the top of the wave right here, as you can see, this asset hit exactly, wait a second, I have to adjust this tool. For some reasons it missed the crucial pivotal point. We hit the golden pocket range, statistically the most probable range of trend reversal, and we have a very good reaction. We might retest this range, and if it happens, we have to keep an eye on this level again, and potentially if it breaks it to the downside, unfortunately, I assume that we might retest the levels low 200 levels, and even its swing low at $215 mark. That is why be cautious. Everything will depend on the Elon Musk's and Donald Trump's actions, I would say interactions, but Tesla is not so bullish in the medium-term perspective, but this type of bounces are very lucrative, potentially very lucrative. So let's continue with the next ticker symbol. It is Nvidia. So Nvidia, and guys, as you can see, I drew these red rectangles as the option trading strategies, and well, we have, and I showed to my patrons, and probably I did this video, I made this video publicly available. Well, as long as the price is standing outside these red rectangles, we are in green, and we had a lot of opportunities to book our profit with Nvidia. I started to I made this call when this asset was at $135.8, and it was a win-win scenario for the medium-term perspective for at least 3 to 5% of potential profit. And guys, it works perfectly well. So what should we expect next? I told to my patrons and to my viewers that as long as this bottom holds, we might land at this green rectangle. And take a look right here. We already hit this range, And to be honest, it doesn't look like it is a completed fifth wave to this point. Potentially, we might have another touch, another push to the level in between 143.87 and $148.87 to complete its fifth wave. And right after that, this asset might have a trend reversal. So I think Nvidia is still bullish right now, at least in the short-term perspective, but you have to be very cautious with it. So Netflix. And Netflix, so as you can see, I also made this green, not green, but red rectangle to show you the same exact setup. And if you want to know more about this, let me show you right here. It was a short put butterfly. And in this case, let me show you in details. In this case, your position might be profitable in either direction. Wait a second, I have to adjust it simultaneously right here. If the price goes above or below the crucial levels, the break-even points, your position is in red. Otherwise, you will lose some money. In our case, and it is for Microsoft, about $851, but with the upside potential of more than, I would say, 70%. Maximum profit is almost $650. So let's continue with Netflix, and let me show you that these levels, these three lines was the lines of accumulation, potential accumulation of short position. And yes, you can accumulate your position if you think that this asset goes to the downside, and I still think that it has to have a cool down. We have to see so first of all, the movement to the upside that will form its top of the fifth wave, and then the substantial decline will happen. So I have to admit that literally no one can predict the exact level which might be hit by the price within the next several weeks or days in order to catch its top. But you have two options. Option number one, you can accumulate incrementally your position to the upside, and this was the levels how you can do it. If you want to know more details, feel free to join my Patreon. I will gladly explain you this. And by the way, I made a video. Let me show you. It is a tutorial how to enter short position on Netflix example, and I made it on June the 5th. And I made it when the price was somewhere right here. And this, as you can see, we hit exactly these levels. And for now, it is potentially forming its first movement to the downside. If it breaks these previous swing lows, first of all, this one, and most importantly, this level of $1,176, it will be a confirmation of its at least medium-term downtrend. That is why, guys, be cautious with your Netflix long position. So let's continue with Apple. And Apple, let me show you, let's zoom out to hourly time frame. As you can see, I drew several lines. I don't want to dig deeper inside this sideways movement because I can I can make a breakdown of this sideways movement differently. At least I have 2 or 3 options. Instead of this, I used these levels of support and resistances, and I drew this slope in line for one of my patterns when this asset was at this point. I was expecting that potentially we might have a reaction out of this range, and in this case the price might hit its range of resistance within the next couple of weeks. For now, I have to admit that it didn't happen as I expected, but with the retest of this bottom, we have a breakout above this line of support again, and for now this line holds pretty good. And as long as this line holds, guys, we have all the chances to see the breakout to this to see the touch of this level of $214, and that is why, guys, it is another potential setup, but with not the best, I would say, risk to reward ratio, because to the downside we might have up to 2.3%, and to the upside about 4.67%. This means 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio is not the best one, but the setup is still here. So let's take a look at Microsoft. And Microsoft is still moving higher and higher. if I zoom out to, let's say, 3 hours time frame, you can see that it was hovering inside this channel. And by the way, these purple lines was my forecasts where I predicted its movements, and it was fairly accurate. And for now, guys, I have to say that well, on a daily time frame, this asset we might start to form its bearish divergence, and if we will have lower highs on our side, and we already have higher highs on the price action, within the next several days it will be a movement to the downside to unload at least its most recent price action. That is why, guys, be cautious with your medium-term long position Microsoft. And yes, I think let's continue with the Meta. So again, you can still see these drawings. It is an explanation for one of my patrons of the price action of different assets. It worked perfectly well. Let's zoom into, let's say, hourly time frame. And what do we have right here, guys? Again, we have quite interesting breakdown of Meta, because on the one hand we might have this as our retracement with the highly extended B wave, but on the other hand it might be a 1-2 setup, not 1-2, but it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And regardless of its count, regardless of this breakdown, guys, we have on bull case and on bear case as well, we have one part in common. The retracement to the downside should happen. It doesn't matter whether it is the formation of the C wave, or it is let me show you like this. If it is the first wave, second, third, fourth, and fifth, we have to see another movement to the downside. And this is why I probably will bet on the bearish movement for the upcoming week or two. So, and what do we have left? It is a Bitcoin price action. And Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin reached the 0.236 fib level. And I also predicted that it has to have a cool down right after it hit 111. All-time high level was broken with this movement to the upside. And it formed, it completed all 5 waves. That is why, guys, we have to see the retracement, at least the retracement. And the good news is following. It is not an impulsive movement to the downside. But the bad news is, well, I would say that the structure is not completed. We have to see longer consolidation phase and a little bit lower price points, and potentially from the levels of 0.382, it is roughly $97.5 thousand, or 0.5, it is roughly $93,000. We might see the trend reversal, or at least a reaction. I don't want to rely on the golden pocket range because it is too deep from our current price, and I prefer to do one step at a time in order to make my predictions. That is why, guys, we still have a chance to have several legs to the downside. That is why be cautious with your crypto position in general. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. See you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get